Dear students, welcome to our YouTube channel Chem Origin. This is Dr. Satish Kumar. Students, in this video module, we discuss about the how to write the formula of a coordination compound from its IUPAC name. What are the rules we are following? What are the rules we are used when we write the formula for a coordination compound from its IUPAC name? Now we can start our class. Dear students, now we can see how to write the formula of a coordination compound from its IUPAC name. So based on the IUPAC name, how to write the coordination compound formula, we can see. We should follow some rules during the writing a formula for a coordination compound. What are the rules we are followed? We can see one by one in detail. Rule number 1. Formula of the cation is written first, followed by that of anion. So students, from the IUPAC name, we should always write the cation part. After that, we can write the anion part. So cation is written first. Later, we can write the anion. Cation followed by the anion during writing the formula of a coordination compound. This is our rule number 1. And the second rule is the coordination sphere is always written in a square bracket. Students, we know that the coordination sphere is written within the square bracket. The coordination sphere is always written in a square bracket. The definition of coordination sphere is already we discussed in our earlier videos. So students, in the coordination sphere, the metal atom is present and the ligands are present. So the coordination sphere is always should be in square brackets only. This is rule number 2. Next, rule number 3. So students, in the coordination sphere, we should write first the metal atom followed by the ligands which are present in the IUPAC name. So students, in the coordination sphere, we should always write the metal atom first. After that, we can write the ligands, and the ligands should be written in the order, alphabetical order. So based on the alphabetical order, the ligands should be right after the metal atom within the coordination sphere. So students, in the coordination sphere, we have to following order, that is metal atom is first followed by the ligands based on their alphabetical order. This is our rule number 3. Students, suppose if the number of ligands are similar type, that means all the ligands are anionic, or if all the ligands are neutral, or if all the ligands are cation, we should follow alphabetical order. For example, students, if you see NO3 minus, SO4 2 minus, OH minus, Br minus, all are anionic ligands, but here we should follow the alphabetical order. According to alphabetical order, the letter B will comes first. After that, N will comes. Later, O will comes, and finally S will become. So we can follow the order Br minus, NO3 minus, OH minus, and SO4 2 minus. So based on the alphabetical order, we can write the ligands. Next, suppose students, if the two ligands have the same number of donor atoms, if the two ligands have same donor atoms, so the ligands which have lesser number of atoms should be written first, followed by the ligands which have more number of atoms. Similarly, students, if suppose the donor atoms, if the number of donor atoms are same, for example, if you take NH2 and NO2, here the both donor atoms are nitrogen and the number of donor atoms are also similar, but we should follow the subsequent symbol. That means in case of NH2, after that nitrogen H is present. In case of NO2, after the nitrogen O is present. So in alphabetical order, H will comes first, then O. Therefore, we should write NH2 is first. Later we can write the NO2. So in this way, based on the alphabetical order, even though the ligands have same number of donor atoms, even though ligands have same donor atoms, we should follow the alphabetical order. Next, students, if the polyatomic ligands, students, we know polyatomic ligands, if a ligand have more than two donor groups, more than two donor atoms, then the ligand is known as a polyatomic ligand. So polyatomic ligands are present within the coordination sphere. So after the metal atom, we can write all the ligands without any space, without giving any space. We can write continuously after the metal atom all the ligands present within the coordination sphere. This is rule number 4. And the rule number 5, students, the number of cations present in the complex or the number of anions present in the complex should be identified based on the total negative charge on the anion. Based on the total negative charge on the anion, we should identify how many number of cations possible are present in the given coordination compound. How many number of anions present in the given coordination number we can identify based on the total negative charge on the anion. Even though the whole complex is electrically neutral, that means the whole complex total charge is 0, we should identify the number of cations or anions which are present in the complex. We can identify based on the total negative charge. Total negative charge is present on the anion. Based on that, we can identify the number of cations or the number of anions possible for a given complex. Next, rule number 6. Students, sometimes we can use for certain ligands, sometimes we can use abbreviations. Sometimes we can use abbreviation for certain ligands instead of their structural formula. For example, students, if you take ethylene diamine, so in case of ethylene diamine, we can use the abbreviation EN. The En should be small letters. E and N should be small letters. Ethylene diamine, En. Similarly, in case of diethylene triamine ligand, we can use the abbreviation DIEN. DIEN is the abbreviation we can use in place of diethylene triamine ligand. Similarly, students, in case of triethylene tetramine ligand, we can use the abbreviation TRIEN. TRIEN. All should be small letters. TRIEN. Triethylene tetramine. Similarly, students, for the ligand ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Ethylene diamine tetraacetate case, we can use the abbreviation EDTA. EDTA. Ethylene diamine tetraacetate. EDTA abbreviation is used in place of ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Similarly, students, in case of dimethyl glyaxymato ligand case, we can use the abbreviation DMG. DMG. Dimethyl glyaxymato. DMG means dimethyl glyaxymato ligand. So students, for certain ligands, we can use the abbreviations irrespective of their structural formula. So students, based on these 6 formulas, we can write the formula of a given coordination compound from its IUPAC name. So based on the IUPAC name, we can write the formula of a coordination compound. We can follow these 6 rules. So students, we can see some examples. We can easily understood these rules. Dear students, now we can see some examples how to write the formula of a coordination compound based on their IUPAC name. So just now we discussed some rules to write the formula for a given coordination compound. So the first example is, students, triamine trichlorocobalt 3. Triamine trichlorocobalt 3. So students, based on the IUPAC name, the metal present in the complex is cobalt. Cobalt is the metal which is present in the given complex. So cobalt, the central metal is cobalt in the given IUPAC name. So students, we can write the first, we should write the metal atom. So cobalt. Students, we know that triamine. Students, we know tri means 3. We know that tri means 3. Tri means 3. So triamine trichloro, that means 3 NH3 ligands and 3 chlorine ligands are attached to the central metal cobalt. So we can write like this: 3 NH3, 3 NH3 and 3 chlorine ligands. 3 NH3 and 3 chlorine ligands are attached to the central metal cobalt. So its formula is CONH3 thrice Cl3. CONH3 thrice Cl3. So students, we already discussed in the rules, the coordination sphere is always written in a square bracket only. The coordination sphere is always written in square bracket only. And students, it is a neutral complex. It is a neutral complex because students, you can see it is a neutral complex only. It is a, students, it is a neutral complex because the overall charge, because the charge on this complex is 0. It is a neutral complex because students, you can see the oxidation state of cobalt is given as a 3. So students, in the above complex, the oxidation state, in the above complex, the oxidation state of cobalt is 3. So plus 3 is the oxidation state of cobalt. And students, we know that NH3 is a neutral ligand, so its oxidation number or oxidation state is 0. And chlorine is a anionic ligand, its oxidation state is -1. -1 is the oxidation number of the chlorine. Therefore the total charge is plus 3 and plus 0 minus 3, plus 3 minus 3. Therefore the total charge on the complex is 0. So students, it is a neutral complex. It is a neutral complex. CONH3 thrice Cl3. Next example, students, tetramine copper 2 hydroxide. Tetramine copper 2 hydroxide is the next complex to write the formula for a complex. So the given IUPAC name is tetramine. The given IUPAC name, students, the given IUPAC name is tetramine copper 2 hydroxide. So students, the IUPAC name indicates the central metal present in the complex is copper. Copper is the metal which is present in the given complex. Tetra, students, from the IUPAC name, the word tetra means, we know that students, 4. Tetra means, we know that 4. So 4 NH3 ligands are directly connected to the central ligand. So 4 NH3 ligands are bonded to the central metal copper. So CuNH3 4, CuNH3 4. And students, in this complex, the oxidation state, in this complex, the oxidation state of copper is given as a 2. So copper 2, the Roman number 2 indicates the oxidation state of the copper is plus 2. So plus 2. And students, just now we discussed ammonia is a neutral ligand. In the above complex, 4 ammonia ligands are present, and for the neutral ligand the oxidation state is 0. So students, plus 2 plus 0, that means plus 2 is the oxidation state of the complex. So we can write the coordination sphere within the square bracket only. Students, we know that the complex is written within the square bracket only. So the coordination sphere is written in coordination in square brackets only. So students, the charge on this complex is a 2 plus. 2 plus is the charge for this complex. So students, we know that 2 plus is the charge for this complex. That means it is a cationic complex. Students, it is a cationic complex. It is a cationic complex because it is a cationic complex. So students, it is a cationic complex because the overall charge the complex charge is +2. It is a cationic complex. Cationic complex. The overall charge of the complex is 2. And here hydroxide ion is present. So students, the hydroxide ion, that is OH minus, hydroxide anion OH minus, to show that it is the total electric charge of the complex should be 2. Therefore, in this two OH ligands, two hydroxide ligands are attached to the complex. Two OH ligands are attached to the above complex. Therefore, the formula for the above complex is CuNH3,4OH twice. CuNH3,4OH twice, because the charge on this complex is +2. That +2 charge is neutralized by two OH minus ligands. So the overall charge of the complex is here two OH ligands are present, students. For OH, the oxidation state is -1. For OH ligand, the oxidation state is -1. So the overall charge of the complex is a 0. So students, it is an example of cationic complex. Cationic complex. CuNH3,4OH twice. Tetramine copper 2 hydroxide. Next example, students, potassium tetrachloroplatinate 2. Potassium tetrachloroplatinate 2. So students, based on the IUPAC name, the central metal present in this complex is platinum. Platinum is the central metal which is present in this complex. Platinum. And this platinum is connected to the tetrachloro. Students, just now we discussed tetra means 4. Tetra means 4 and chlorine is the ligand. So tetrachloro, that means, students, the central metal platinum is connected with 4 chlorine ligands. So PtCl4, tetrachloroplatinate. Tetrachloroplatinate. So students, the Roman number 2 in the IUPAC name indicates the oxidation state. The oxidation state of the central metal is +2. The oxidation state of central metal is +2, and we know that here 4 chlorine ligands are present, and the oxidation state of the chlorine is -1. So students, the complex charge is -2. -2 is the charge on the complex. So the complex is, the coordination sphere is always written in a square bracket, and its charge is 2 minus. So 2 minus is the charge for this complex. Charge for this complex, that is 2 minus. 2 minus. Students, here the cation is potassium. Potassium is the cation in this complex. So we can write first the cation, that is potassium. First we can write the cation potassium. And here, students, we know that potassium, the oxidation state of potassium is +1. Like that, students, here the complex charge is 2 minus. So two potassium atoms are present in this complex. Therefore, the formula for the given complex is K2PtCl4. K2PtCl4 is the K2PtCl4 is the formula for the given IUPAC name. Potassium tetrachloroplatinate formula is K2PtCl4. The overall charge of the complex is 0, and it is a anionic complex. Students, it is a anionic. It is a anionic complex, students, because the charge on the complex is -2. So it is a anionic complex. It is a anionic complex. Okay students, I hope you enjoyed this session. Students, in this video module, we learned how to write the formula for a coordination compound based on their IUPAC name. Thank you students. Thank you very much.